Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today is Gabby Duran and the Unsittables. My brain I am still sick. Gabby Duran and the Unsittables. This is a Disney Channel, I imagine, series, but now, of course, on Disney Plus. So far, there's 2 seasons. I don't know if there's more coming. Maybe it's all done. I don't know. But it started in 2019, and probably a bad time to start a new show because later seasons, COVID, but they had enough in the can to make 2 seasons. So I think there's about 41 episodes, 20 per season. This is a science fiction family comedy, definitely for the tween set and those with babysitting stories to tell, those war stories that the kids often have, babysitting somewhat littler versions of themselves. But Gabby is a little bit different. She is basically absolute chaos on her own right. She talks to us every so often. She breaks the fourth wall and she talks to us and gives us an insight into her mind and her plans for certain things. She and her mom and little sister have just moved to this new town, and she's really wants to go back to where she came from, back to Miami. She doesn't want to live there anymore at this new place. She's made one friend as a boy who is his name? Wesley. Wesley is a guy who's a little bit paranoid about aliens. Aliens seem to be on his mind. He started an alien watching club or an alien exploration club. I don't know what it is, but it's about aliens, hoping to find aliens, and he's the only member. Yeah, he's a little bit lonely in that sense, but he's trying to get Gabby to join. Come on, Gabby. She's like, I'm not going to be here around here long enough. I'm going to mess with the principal, and I'm going to get kicked out of school. Like, that's the first 5 minutes of the show. And she has the ability to do it. She has this energy, let's say. She's very intense. And she's played by Kylie Cantrell. Cantrell? Yeah, I think it's going to be Cantrell. Maybe she's 13, maybe? I don't know. But she covers the principal's car in duct tape, and she figures she's going to get kicked out of school for that, because she clearly put her name on and her student ID on it. And yes, I'm going to give you the gist of the entire first episode, the only episode I watched. Excuse me. Yes, I'm still sick. No edits. And it backfires on her because the principal thinks that she had done him a service to protect his car from all the birds that poop on it. He's a strange man, and he's probably one of my favorite characters on this because he is Nathan Lovejoy. He plays Principal Swift. Literally, his name is Principal Swift. Principal Swift. If you're going to go with the title, his first name is also Principal. It's funny. But he's got this kind of Jim Carrey energy. That doesn't really cover it, but he's got this British, almost Monty Python type humor to it. So he's his own level of chaos, a little bit of weirdness, and he is very expressive. He's one of my favorite parts of this show. It's not the kind of show that I'm going to end up watching myself. It's not made for me, but it is funny. It is energetic. It is definitely for kids. But yeah, I mean, there's some people who probably there's probably a diehard fan group for this who've discovered it in 2019 and just these last 4 years have rewatched those episodes over and over again on Disney Plus. But yeah, it's a lot of good relationships between the different characters. But the funny thing is that in order, this is the hook. I'm going to give you away the hook because you got to know what the Unsittables are. She's a babysitter. What are the Unsittables? Well, her mom finds out what she did to the principal, and she sends her over to the principal's house to apologize. And she gets there only to find a big blobby alien in the backyard that turns into a little boy. She freaks out and she gets knocked out and she wakes up in a basement tied to a chair, a sci-fi chair. Yeah, still a little unsettling, but, it doesn't last long because she's not one to take this. She doesn't get scared easily. She pretty much rolls with it, and she's pretty much talking smack to the robot that's floating around nearby, trying to assessing her mood and everything else. She busts out of this, and the principal reveals himself. He says, "This little guy and I are aliens," and this little kid, Jeremy. What's Jeremy's name? Jeremy is Callan Ferris. Jeremy is supposed to be the leader of a entire planet, and there's a lot of people that he's young. A lot of aliens and other planets do not want him to take power. He's also not too bright. Most of the early scenes in this episode are him trying to throw food in the air and have it land in his mouth, and it's over and over and over again. Just while Gabby and the principal are having conversations, he's in the background just flipping things and stuff's bouncing off his face, and it's a funny bit. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, all right, that's cool, but it actually fits into the story later on. So he's like, I need somebody to watch Jeremy. I can't be here all the time. I need to do principal stuff. Like, I don't know. Maybe it'll reveal why he became a principal on Earth at some point. I don't know. But Gabby gets assigned to be a babysitter for this alien kid. And what does Gabby do? Well, she does her own thing. She doesn't read instruction books. He's given her a very powerful gizmo that's supposed to... It's a deus ex machina. It's meant to do whatever it's meant to do. At whatever the episode seems to be about. And it'll either make things better or worse for her and the kid as things go forward. So, yeah. And then there's a big reveal at the very end of the episode. Turns out Jeremy isn't the only kid who needs babysitting in this galaxy. And so as she's told us at the very beginning of the episode, this is a story of how she became the greatest babysitter in all the galaxy. So, yeah, that's pretty much the entire summary of the first episode and the show that follows. Of course, 40 more episodes that I'm probably not going to watch, but go ahead. If you're into this, I don't care what age you are, just check it out. She's funny, and again, the principal. Okay, when I say funny, she is full tilt obnoxious, but that is her character. And but this is a story about giving and receiving trust. So she is an overachieving little sister who is perfect at everything. She is usually a disappointment, causing trouble, getting in trouble, whatever it is. She's usually not making mom proud. But let's say this is about her sort of coming of age, sort of doing things right for the people who put their trust in her. It doesn't happen easily, and I think over time she's going to evolve into someone that they can trust, and she will do the right thing despite herself in the beginning. Because you're not going to have a story, you're not going to have a series if she doesn't get in trouble at the very beginning and resolve it by the end of the episode. So yeah, that's the way that works. It's just it's how these series work. It's teaching kids about responsibility and trust, giving trust and receiving trust, and doing what's right in the midst of all that. So I think it's good lesson to be taught, even though she's a callback to the old type of kid where on the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, all those, like, I don't know if they're 90s or early 2000s, but for a while it seemed like all kid programming was the kids know everything. They always have the zippy line. They always got the coolest saying, and they know what's going on. And sure, they get in trouble, but they learn a lesson by the end. But in the meantime, everybody else is dumb, especially the parents. So any authority figure is dumb, and the kid always knows what's going on until they don't. But she's kind of a throwback to that kind of character. She's not empathetic. She's not someone you're empathetic towards at the beginning, but I think you're meant to, over time, become more empathetic. Beyond just thinking that she's cool and rebellious, she's a little bit, she's fun. She's fun. So, yeah, I say check it out. I think it's good for kids. And one more sci-fi show for kids is not a bad thing. I enjoy it. It's a good thing. So let's pick tomorrow's episode.
401.
401. Did we have 400 recently? Or that was a while ago. Maybe it was the last quarter. Come on. Scrolling too slow. No, we did. We did. Oh, man. We had Tinkerbell and the Legend of the Neverbeast was 400. But we have something very different from that. It's 401. It is a concert video. It's a... excuse me. No cuts. Concert video. It's under the documentary / live reality type shows stuff. But, so don't let that fool you. This is Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. So yeah, we'll watch that next. Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. I imagine it's a concert film. I don't know. On the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.